What's up guys, it's me Jeremy, and lately I've noticed that I never really get to just take some time and chat to you guys in my videos. I'm always teaching or discussing something, so with this new series I plan on just chilling and talking about whatever I feel like. Today I felt like answering a few random questions, then discussing a major concept for the future of my channel. Let's get started. Alright, so these questions were submitted to me through Facebook. The next question comes from Marcus, and he asks, why do you always support? Alright, so the answer to this actually brings me back a pretty long time. So when I started League originally, I played Fiddlesticks. He was my first champion. But I was like any other noob, I was absolutely terrible, of course. So my friends who were a lot more experienced than me at the time just stuck me in the bot lane so I would feed less, and I wouldn't CS, and I would just kind of sit there and it wouldn't matter. But I had a lot of fun because the guy I was playing with, bot lane, was constantly telling me what to do and teaching me the game, while he was also a really good AD carry, so we would still win too. And I'm a pretty fast learner, and being able to go from feeding every game to being pretty easily carried was actually a lot of fun for me, and I became to enjoy the duo aspect a ton, since it was pretty easy for me to pick up, since my partner was just telling me what to do, rather than most newbies who get stuck in the dark with little to no help. And I was no longer feeding, and I felt really good playing. And then my friend said, hey, you like going bottom and not CSing and just listening to everything I tell you to do? Why don't you try a real support champion like Sona? And so I tried Sona, and she was awesome. And the rest is pretty much history. I developed my playstyle, expanded my champion pool, and never really looked back. I don't play other roles too much. I mean, I've tried learning them sometimes. I've tried probably seriously learning mid a couple of times, but every time I face the same problems that just bring me down so much, which is the fact that my mechanics, especially my CSing skills, are just absolutely terrible. And the fact that I have no knowledge of matchups is just really frustrating to me, whereas on support, I have those two skills pretty much mastered, especially since CSing isn't really necessary at all. And it isn't worth it to play the other roles for me, since you pretty much have to fight to get them anyways, and I really do enjoy playing the role that no one plays, which is of course support. I can probably get support in about 95%, if not every single one of the ranked games that I play, so I don't really worry about it too much at all. It's not a big deal to me, so I just play support. Alright, and our final question comes from Carlos, and he asks, what was my first gaming console/device? Alright, so when I was a wee little kid, my parents were on that new video game hype. It was all the craze, back then. But they didn't know anything about games at all, so they just bought me some, standard education games. Things like Carmen Sandiego, if anyone remembers those, were some of the first that I played starting when I was around 4 or so. And then between 4 and 8, I drifted away from games and watched a ton of cartoons. But when I was 8 years old, that was when I played what I consider to be my first real game, and oh man, was it awesome. That game was RuneScape. Back in the day, I had so much fun with that game. I played it probably for a good 3 years or so, and I would do whatever my parents wanted me to and be a perfect goody two-shoes child just so I could play an extra hour or two of RuneScape. Gotta get home, play RuneScape. That's all I could ever think about. And even though my parents limited me to only a few hours a week, those were the best hours of every single week, and it was awesome. Eventually, as middle school approached, I faded away from RuneScape and transitioned into World of Warcraft, which was awesome too, and I played that for a few years as well. And then I cycled through some other insignificant MMOs to single-player games and so on until I started League, and the rest is history. Right now, I am playing, of course, League, a little bit of Hearthstone, and you might not believe this, but I've been playing RuneScape again lately. There's just so much about that game that makes it so damn satisfying. It seriously feels like I'm back in the glory days of MMOs when I play that game. And yeah, it is kind of grindy like all MMOs are, but the quest system in RuneScape is just absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so for those who haven't played RuneScape, you might expect generic, kill 10 wolves quests since it is an MMO. But RuneScape really delivers with their quests. They're just so epic and long and incredible, and they really feel like quests. I mean, I recently stopped playing single-player games pretty much entirely since I can satisfy my lust for awesome stories simply through RuneScape quests. I mean, recently I spent about a month and a half doing prerequisites just for this one huge quest, and then I sat down and did the whole quest in one sitting. It took about 4 hours, and it was freaking amazing. And then afterwards, when I was done, the rewards were also freaking amazing, and the whole experience was just so satisfying. And that game makes me feel so good about myself. It's awesome. I mean, League definitely has its moments too, but RuneScape lacks a lot of the negatives, so I've been playing that just a little bit more. I mean, it has its problems too, don't get me wrong, and the community is still kinda shitty, but it's turning out to be a lot less stressful of a game for me at the time being. That being said, it's a good transition into my concept for the future. I want to start playing a lot more games on this channel. I honestly feel bad playing games other than League recently, since it's just like, man, I could be making a video right now, but this game is so awesome, but I could be making a video right now, so what's the point? So I want to try to make probably one video a week on a game other than League. I probably won't make RuneScape videos though unless you really want me to, since I know you guys probably wouldn't be interested in that stuff, and I kind of want to keep RuneScape as just my relaxing game anyways, but I do want to consistently start to upload Hearthstone, as well as some other games in the future like Heroes of the Storm, the Diablo 3 expansion, or even just videos like this talking over some gameplay of something random. At first, all this really means to you guys is more Hearthstone videos, but I don't want to keep my channel exclusive to League in the foreseeable future. That being said, my name is Jeremy, and that's it for this Real Talk. If you want to submit some questions for the future episodes, you can do so on my Facebook page as shown on the screen. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out some of my others on the screen right now. I'd love it if you could support me with a like, and make sure to subscribe for some more awesome content in the future if you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.